Thank you for listening to the Tattness podcast on the Tattness Co. Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, a Mercedes kind of sentiment, luxury and trust in me to honor the free we all should be. It seems my sundial burst into yin and yang, right and left, me and you.
Alright, you sexy beast listeners. I'm going to start this off. Thanks for checking out the Fuck Quarantine show. I'm not bothered by this at all. I'm so fucking used to keeping to myself and just not really bothering with people.
But, on a serious note, guys, just please listen to local health authorities and rules, because we're going to get through this. Just don't be cunts, and please listen, okay?
I don't give a fuck. I stay to myself any fucking
Well, there
way.
you go. That's perfect. Thank you.
I'm antisocial.
I know it is Easter weekend. Happy Easter to everyone that celebrates and that. I know it's going to be hard. So, just hang in there and just celebrate at home amongst your own household, okay? Remember, household.
And if you fuckers want to do some reading, not to blow my own fucking horn, I'm not. I shit, I really don't fucking, I'm not that way. But
It's true.
it is true. I don't care about myself like that. But I'm really honored, honestly. Sounder FM is super dope, and they fucking published me in this article type thing. I guess it's a fucking online article, and highlighted my show all over Facebook and fucking Instagram and Twitter and all this great shit.
Oh, yes.
And I just want to give some shout outs because the person that approached me, who was their content specialist, was super sweet to me. Absolute sweetheart. And also their social media manager was such a sweetheart to me. And just super fucking nice. And I keep telling people, it doesn't matter how many interviews you do or how many fucking, times you're published in articles or interviews or whatever the fuck. It just never is, not weird to me in the sense that, I just don't get it. I don't feel like I deserve it. I don't, why the fuck people care about my story so damn much really blows me away. So, absolute sweetheart, that manager, the social media manager was super sweet and really saying a lot of nice shit. And it's at the end of the day, for me, this is about Madden's story and putting it out there and keeping people fucking aware of NKH and Madden's story and his struggle, his fight, and his bravery. And, it's never been about me.
No.
It's always been about him. This is why I became successful, is I fucking fought hard to become relevant enough to, really put his story out there further. And I just trying to make him proud, man. And I just, these people were so kind to me.
Yeah.
And so sweet to me. And apparently listened to my show. And so this is really for them as well. Just thank you so fucking much. And thanks for listening to my show and being a fucking fan of my show. And, it just means so much.
Absolutely. And they did a fantastic job.
It's humbling as shit. You read it, right?
Oh, yes. I shared it on my own social media page.
It's crazy. It was really heavy. And I was like, man, you guys are so fucking nice and so great for doing it. And I also realized they might laugh at this. I don't know. Because apparently when they describe my show, they're like, I'm a business person. I go to meetings for sponsors and shit, and the first thing I encounter is the business tactics, where it's oh, I totally love your fucking career and this, that, and the third,
and buttering you up,
and I'm you obviously don't know a fucking thing about who I am, what I do. You don't give a fuck about me. You just want me to think you're a fan. So when they were dude, I personally listen to your show and I love listening to your show, and I was kind of yeah, okay. I wish that was true, but unfortunately, I find it extremely hard to believe until they describe my show as like, you'll laugh, you'll cringe, and I'm like, oh shit. I know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. They listen to the fucking show. Mm-hmm.
You actually told me it was a certain episode, you think, and a piece that they picked apart.
Well, that I think. I mean, season 1, talking about the period dump. I'm like, who wouldn't cringe at that?
Oh, come on. You're bringing up images of meatloaf. Nasty, brown meatloaf. Don't get me wrong, I love meatloaf, but not that kind.
When someone drops a meatloaf in your shitter.
Oh, God.
And it has the ketchup fucking glaze on the top.
Stop, man. Come on. You're gonna ruin meatloaf for me.
I'm not saying that that's what they heard and made them cringe, but I'm like, that would be part of it.
It's a safe assumption.
That would be definitely a reason to cringe besides many other things I touch on. So I ain't mad at it. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. I love that they said that. And I'm so grateful. They're such a sweetheart fucking human beings. And is that weird to say that?
No, not at all.
I feel like you're silently judging me.
No. What the heck, man? I'm letting you speak your piece.
Up yours if you are secretly judging me. I think they're sweetheart.
Yeah.
Women, you know.
They are.
Super sweet women. And I appreciate them.
Absolutely.
I hope they know that. And I hope they hear that. Mm-hmm. And if not, then fuck it. Everyone else knows how great they are. So.
And it's been said, so
I don't know about you with this quarantine thing, but all it's really done for me is realize that life hasn't changed much for me except for the whole, I smoke a lot more weed now. I get really high. Well,
yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't want to go out there unless I absolutely have to. I did groceries, and my God, I swear it's probably the most I've spent in a long time. I, literally stocked up. I said, I'm not going out for nobody, but it's crazy. You know, when this whole thing started, let's face it, it was all about, the toilet paper and the Lysol wipes. Don't get me wrong. I did go, going to Superstore, do my thing. No real cleaning supplies, even dish soap. Just Palmolive, no Dawn. I mean, I switch brands or whatever. But now, it's no flour and no yeast.
This story bores me to fucking tears already. Nobody cares about your goddamn grocery list.
Oh, yes, they do.
No, they really fucking don't.
But I'm just saying, isn't it funny how people focus on stockpiling one item, and then now it's on to the next? Like, I have, 5 packs of Costco toilet paper. Now I'm going to go buy 12 pounds of Robin Hood flour.
Because people are idiots and they're capitalists and they try to sell it to fucking people that are desperate.
But anyways...
seriously, we really gotta get into this bullshit?
No, but anyways, as I was saying, it's I find people are just being more cuntish to each other.
That's great. I don't really care about getting into this whole COVID-19 bullshit. So, I'm just talking about the fact that I spend more time smoking my bong now.
Well...
Jesus.
When I'm not at work, because I'm unfortunately part of the essential worker group, I'm doing that as well. It's a nice escape from this terrible situation.
I got so fuckered that you were watching Raw. WWE fucking Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
And I got so high when we were talking about it that... I fucking being the idiot that I'm always. And then we add weed to the mix. It's just fucking worse.
Mm-hmm. No, it's entertaining.
This dude's in a match against this fucking, jobber.
Oh, it's
nobody. Brendan Vink. And I cracked the fuck up.
And I remember I was watching it too, and I was cheering for this jobber, because,
Right. And I was like, give him that devastating finish.
And
so I was like, here it is. I'm going to go on fucking... I'm, at this point, way too baked for fucking social media.
To use it responsibly.
To responsibly use social media. And I find that all the more reason to do it. And I jump on Twitter and I hashtag fucking Raw, hashtag 2 in the Vink, 1 in the Stink.
Oh my god.
And I crack up. And like 200 people saw it, apparently, within minutes.
Why didn't you tag Vince McMahon in it?
And nobody got it. It was
Should have
just...
tagged Mr. Vince McMahon in it. He would have been like, this is some good shit.
It was literally just my stoned ass that thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was too.
Nobody got it. 200 people saw it and didn't say shit because they're like, I don't get it. They probably weren't watching.
I guess
show.
you could say it was one of those moments you had to have been there.
No, you had to be as high as me. Is what the fuck.
Oh my gosh.
But thank you to Sounder, honestly. And besides weed, they fucking really kind of, I don't know, kept me my sanity a little bit. And they really were cool, and I love them for fucking doing it. And I love weed.
I think you made that very apparent already.
I smoke so damn much now that it's stupid. And I'm just like, I don't care. I don't fucking deal with anybody anyway. And then I eat all the food, and everyone knows I love cooking. So like I cook a fucking 14-pound beef brisket. And I'm like, let's eat. And I'm fucking baked all the time. So.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are doing the same thing with being everything's closed. You can't go to the gym, which I'm sure is hurting a lot of people in that. I mean, there's only so much you can do if you don't have your own personal gym.
I blame my son. I do.
Oh, come on.
For my weed use.
Why
Can you imagine? I found out I almost could have been a 37-year-old grandfather. A 37-year-old granddad.
Oh my goodness.
And I wasn't even mad when I found out. I was kind of like bummed out it didn't happen. And I was like, are you kidding me? That would have been cool. Like, that'd be an honor, honestly. I'm not mad at it because he's the exact same fucking age that I was when he was born. Only I was 18 for a day, and then the next day after his birth, I turned 19, so he was born the day before my birthday. So if he gives me like a few more months, I'm golden. I can't be mad. But literally, it's literally a few months difference.
That's
otherwise,
insane, eh?
How am I going to get mad at him?
No, how can you?
He's got a great girlfriend. She seems like an absolute sweetheart. And she's so sweet. Like, honestly, she cares about him deeply. She treats him great. He treats her very well. Mm-hmm. He treats her great, you know. So it's like there's that mutual respect. And if they decide to have a family, who the fuck am I to be upset about it because I don't feel like I'm ready? It's not about me, you know. Mm-hmm. And when I'm a 37-year-old granddad, like I'm like the fucking dopest granddad ever because I'm fucking like. I'm 6'5", 265 pounds of muscle, and I'm an MMA fighter. Who doesn't want their granddad to be like
kick your ass?
A fucking animal. Like, how mad can I be? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I mean, what really killed me was the term that your son coined you as a grandfather.
No, that was me.
Oh,
I did it. I was like, I'd be an OG. I said, oh geezer.
That killed me. That cracked me up.
Oh, you can just tell him that I'm the OG. It makes me sound badass, but I really know it means old geezer. Because I've started to fucking, like, face my own age. I'm 37, man. I'm not even fucking 40 yet, for fuck's sakes. Mm-hmm. It's not that deep. Like, people need to chill out. Like, you're 37. You're not old. Simmer down. I'm having fun with myself. I understand 40 is not old. I fucking know people that are like 41, 42 that I don't view as old.
No.
And I don't fucking feel like a day over 19, 20. I work out every day. I eat right. And I fucking take care of myself. I ain't worried about a number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I haven't lost my ability to have fun. I'm not boring in that respect, I don't think. So, you know... I ain't mad at it. No.
And it's kind of funny you mentioned that. You know, when you're a child, you view as any age, like older than 20, to be so old.
Because you don't understand.
You don't.
You know? Right?
And in older times, people didn't live that long.
No.
Now people are living to like over 100.
Right. So.
Which is insane in my view. I mean, Christ, you outlive like half your relatives.
With that being said... I want to get into you know, age catches us all. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that we always have is memories.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like music is like the go-to to spark memories.
Yep.
I don't know about y'all, but I personally can think of like any number of songs that I'll hear that immediately take me to a certain time in life where it's like, holy shit.
Well, I guess you could say that's more, I'm thinking like movies and that, but music is timeless and universal.
I think way more than movies. Like, you listen to a song and it'll remind you of
a certain moment in time.
Any number of things. A certain year, a certain person you were dating, maybe just a certain person you made out with when that song was on. Mm-hmm. You know, any time in your life, something that could have been going on at that time. So I thought, how interesting would it be to kind of take that trip back through our lives and see, because we're considerably different in age.
Considerably.
You and I, yeah.
7 years, that's nothing.
Well, it's a decade difference. I was born
just shy of a decade.
I was born in the fucking 80s.
Okay.
You missed them completely.
Just by a year.
I grew up listening to Glass Tiger and Billy Idol and shit. And you grew up completely different. Mm-hmm. So, not to say that influences a whole hell of a lot, but I mean, there's still things that, like, make me immediately think of 80s. Guns N' Roses, for example.
Yeah.
Immediately go back to 89 for me. And kind of going into a new city that I'm fucking about to move to because my old man got married and fucking moved there. And I'm kind of being integrated into his new home and new stores that we didn't have in the hood that I grew up in. And Welcome to the Jungle's on and fucking the radio as we pull into the grocery store late at night parking lot. And I'm like, I'm so, like, jazzed to go grocery shopping now because I heard fucking Guns N' Roses. You know, and shit like that, you know, and then the 90s and shit and 2000s. So I would love to get into it and just kind of...
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of, like, contrast each other, see what we remember. Mm-hmm. So, you want to go first or no?
How about you? You do the honors. You're the OG.
Shit. Okay, she's going to play that card, you prick.
Darn right.
So, for me, I would have to say, like, really memorable shit. First one would be Marilyn Manson, I would say. Mechanical Animals.
Oh, yes.
That CD, the first song on that fucking CD, it takes me back to being homeless at 15 in 98, 15, 16. In 98, leaving home at 15 and then 16, still being on the fucking street and whatever. It was like, I had my Discman. I know, I'm aging myself.
I had one too.
And it was like the CD that was in it, and my hands were so cold because it was winter that, like, I didn't want to fuck with it and change the CD, that I listened to that CD on repeat. And the beginning of that fucking first song always just takes me immediately now back to being homeless at night at like 3 a.m. at a schoolyard, trying to go into like those little doorways of the school to get away from any wind or cold air or
snow, yeah,
or, you know, just to, like, it was a really calm night, no snowing, no wind, but it was just like, maybe it's a little warmer, you know what I mean? And just trying to find some warmth, not trying to bother anybody, not trying to break any laws or, you know, trespass or whatever. It's just survival. Mm-hmm. And I know it sounds grim and bleak and whatever, but it's actually a very fond memory, honestly.
Yeah.
It was freedom. It was, you know...
it was the start of your life.
It was emancipation. It was getting away from an abusive home, even though it was a hard road. You know? And so every time that fucking first song on that CD starts, immediately my mind goes right back to that dark, you know, night. And I kind of smile a little bit and just be like, I need to hear this song through, you know, just because it reminds me of where I came from. So there's that. And then 98, of course, for me, there was Family Values Tour. Anything on that fucking Family Values 98.
Oh, yes.
Or Korn's Follow the Leader fucking CD. Really brought back some high school memories of not so much just being homeless, but like who I was really heavy into at the time. She was my best friend for 3 years, and you know, a lot of good memories with that. Limp Bizkit, of course, because of Family Values 98.
Oh, yes.
What about you? What do you got?
You're gonna laugh, but when I was younger, my mom was heavily into country music. New country music, like Shania Twain, all that stuff. Like, whenever we drove anywhere, that's what she played. Drove me nuts.
So shit to fuck your cousin to.
Oh, God. But, you know, I had this stupid little Fisher-Price tape deck, because I was about maybe 5 or 6.
Know those things
Yes, it didn't have the microphone. It had this weird, like, intercom system thing. It wasn't the classic microphone. It was red and had the grate on it. It's a piece of shit, but I fucking love that thing. Oh, my goodness. Like, my first cassette I had for that was Spice Girls' first album, and you know, the song Wannabe. Yes, I know, I'm showing my age.
My sister was in love with it.
Well, we're almost the same age, but I remember just playing that over and over again. Just memories of going out into the backyard in the summer. I think that's when the album came out, and just playing it and just, you know, enjoying the sunshine, the warm weather, being out of school. It just brought back so many memories and that. And like I said, it was like my own music player. I wanted a Walkman, but I didn't get that. Instead, I got this fucking Fisher-Price piece of shit. And I fucking loved it. Because I'd be in my room just playing the stuff over and over.
I remember those fucking things, too. I remember the old school ones before the ones you're talking about. And
really?
The mic was such a piece of garbage.
Oh my gosh. Was it like, you know, you have to hold the button?
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, well, this one was worse, I think. You had to, like, put your mouth right to it.
You had to eat it.
Pretty much, like, you know.
Kids are going to do that any fucking way, so it might as well.
Yeah, like, oh my god, it was just a piece of shit. But yeah, just that memory of playing Wannabe over and over in the backyard and just enjoying being off school. And I think I was getting ready to go into grade 1, so it just brought back, you know, big times of change. And we were into our new house that my parents, like bought together, like, you know.
1999 for me was, like, the tits. It was just so good.
Yeah.
It was full of just, like, musical fucking shit that would just make me think of that year forever. You know? Fuck me. Like, you got the whole second Limp Bizkit CD, you know, Significant Other as, like, I mean, they're so cringy now, sure, but, you know, 99 was a dope year. Method Man, Redman, fucking Blackout record, amazing. And so people know, because I know there's always that one fucker out there that wants to, like, research everything and be like, that's not the year it came out.
Oh, come on.
I ain't talking about the year the shit came out, motherfucker. I'm talking about the year that it was relevant most to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so simmer the fuck down, Speed Racer. Like, we don't need a fucking encyclopedia.
Wikipedia page entry.
Fucking, you know, this came out. Shut the fuck up. I love y'all. Don't be mad. I know. It's like Daddy just slapped Mommy at dinner, and now everyone's trying to, you know, be cool. But, no, just giving you a stern what for. A talking to. Don't be that guy. Don't be like, well, actually, that CD came out the year before. Nobody gave a fuck. I'm not talking about when something came out, motherfucker. I'm talking about when it was relevant to my memories. When I fucking heard it and it really mattered to me most. So, simmer down on your fucking unknown facts.
Oh,
you know,
God.
little known facts. Shut up.
Jeez.
I'm just fucking with you. But there's only that one person, is there not?
Yes, there is. The one that has to,
Right,
you know,
that has to
put
know
their
it,
2
yeah.
cents into everything.
But that record was so dope. In 99, I was such a fan. Like, I really got into it. And I was like, yo, fucking anything Meth and Red do. It's just amazing. Absolutely loved it. So then 99, they did the Family Values 99 tour because their shit was blowing up so large. As being, you know, a duo of fucking rappers that work together, people were like, yo, they're so fucking solid together. Of course they are. They're amazing. So there was that for me. In 99, there's a lot. Like 2000, Eminem's second record. I'm not like, I don't know, people think like, oh, Eminem, blah, blah, blah. It feels so cringy now, especially as a white motherfucker, to like be like, oh, Eminem. I'm like, no. He had his fucking time. Just, just relax. The guy's talented or whatever, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm not a fanboy. But the second record is so fucking special to me. Yeah. It was so fucking good. It was so like, shove it up your ass. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want, and I know it's in fun. Those that get it, and you that don't, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm provoking you, to expose what a fucking idiot you actually are. If you think I'm really homophobic, and you really think I hate women, and you think I hate fucking people in general, whatever, you're exposing yourself as a moron. Mm-hmm. Because, honestly, who's really going to say this shit and mean it? You know what I mean? It's in fun. It is. And the fact that you take it so fucking seriously and you get all bent.
There's something wrong with you.
I think really what it was more like, if you're that hypocritical that as a fucking teenager you liked Frank Zappa and shit like that, and you think what I say is like way too far, you are a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like Frank Zappa and like Jethro Tull and motherfuckers that would say some pretty off the wall shit just to fuck with people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's... You're the same people like my old man that love fucking Black Sabbath.
And Alice Cooper.
But call Manson a fucking total fruit for wearing, like, nail polish and...
And that he should be shot.
Like, shot and pissed on. Like, are you...
I forgot
what
the
a
piss.
Fucking Neanderthal.
Yeah, that's extreme. I mean, he's...
Homophobic like a motherfucker, apparently.
Yeah, and it's like... Manson's just a human being like you and I.
Yeah, my old man was kind of a dick like that.
Well, it's like
he's still a fucking miserable motherfucker.
I mean, the thing is, too, it's like Manson's an artist. He's not, like, saying he does that stuff for real.
And this is in his 30s. He's talking this shit about what I'm listening to.
Okay, so
I'm 30-fucking-7, and I'm still not that old.
I was gonna say, was he eating his dinner at 3:30 and heading to bed by 5? Or?
He ate at 5:30, you son of a bitch.
Sorry, I'm just poking fun there, a little humor.
But, yeah, I mean, a lot of those things really, strike home with me. Mm-hmm. A lot of those fucking records and... Like, Family Values 98 and shit like that, I listened to the entire time that I was, like, staying at a friend's place for a month or so. Knowing that when this time is done, it's back to the streets for me. And I don't know, man. I just listen to shit, and it just takes that place in your life. Where it's now, like, the placeholder in your life, where every time you hear it, you're going to think...
It brings you right back to it.
Yeah, you're going to think of that point in life.
Well, I have to say, I'm going to jump ahead here in my timeline. If you remember that group LMFAO, yes, I know their whole album, Party Rock Anthem, all that good stuff, Sexy and I Know It.
I was in Niagara when that hit.
Oh gosh, well, that's when pretty much my group of friends and I were turning legal, and it just reminds me of like club days and that, and just having a great time, enjoying life and that. So it's like, even when I'm driving around in my car and let's just say it shows up on my phone as shuffle and that, it just brings me back, and I just remember such good times and that, and just that moment in my life. I mean, like you said, music is such a powerful tool in that.
It really is. I mean, it doesn't matter when it came out. Mm-hmm. It's about when you heard it.
Yeah.
And what it meant to you and what it reminds you of.
Yeah.
And again, like for you... That record was so fucking, like, influential to you. Mm-hmm. To me, I was in Niagara as a tat artist at that time. Like, doing ink. And people would just constantly... it's so fucking cringe. Like, there was a chick that I hooked up with that just... The whole time, she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And you know who you are, Meg. I love you to death. One of my dearest friends. But she kept talking about that fucking song. I'm like, are we gonna do this? Or
Are you gonna, like...
She was drunk as shit, and it's just like, you need to shut the fuck up about that fucking song, and let's just do this. I love her to death. She's such a good friend. But then for me, like 2003, again, I found myself in a fucked up spot, and really between places to live because shit, life got complicated. Breakups happen, and, you know, fucking, you find yourself paying way too much for a place for one person, and you leave, and, you know, and then it's like, well, now where the fuck am I gonna live? Because you don't know what you want yet. You don't know what area one you live in and shit, and it's like, well, I need a place. And then before you know it, deadline runs out, and it's like, well, I don't have a fucking place yet.
Fuck.
And I gotta move out. So then you're staying with friends and all that good shit, and you go on a cottage trip, and you come back, and you go visit your buddy, and he's like, hey, my parents fucked off for a month to Newfoundland to meet fucking family again for the first time in years, and, you know, stay with them. I'm having a month-long party. Come on in. And I'm like, well, I got a place to live for a month. And that was 2003. I had just lost my cousin, I think. Or, you know, and it was a mess. So then, you know, CDs became really important to me. At that point, there was Jadakiss, Kiss of Death. Every fucking night it seemed these motherfuckers were listening to like 2 or 3 songs off that record.
Yeah.
While we partied our sacks off and hooked up as much as humanly possible. And so Welcome to D-Block was fucking constantly played. Locked Up was constantly played. And it's like, for fuck's sakes, dude. And besides that, there wasn't a whole lot that was played. A lot of, Akon Locked Up was played a lot. Welcome to D-Block on the Jadakiss CD was played a lot. And a couple other songs off the Jadakiss thing.
Yeah.
But that was like the one Akon song. Locked Up was fucking non-stop played. And it was like, are you kidding me? Can we be done with this fucking... But it worked. And it was like, yo, we're fucking good with this.
Yeah, that's the problem too. When, say, like, you know, a song comes out and everyone's digging it, you hear it over and over again, then you get sick of it.
We're also really drunk and really high and playing, you know, poker and hooking up with fucking these girls that would come to the parties. That was that time when I had that hookup with that girl that, like, it was really weird because it's like, you used to come to my house all the time with my friends and never speak a word to me. Suddenly we're sitting here on this bed about to hook up, and I'm like, what just happened? Alcohol and premeditation, apparently, because she was like, yeah, you know, Barbara and I, who was passed out forehead first in the floor beside us, it was like, talked about it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of dig him, you know, and I'm like, how the fuck did I miss all this? Like, we never spoke, you know what I'm saying? But you never know who's watching what you do and the way you carry yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
But, you know, a lot of Akon and a lot of fucking Jadakiss and shit like that was played during that time. So every time I hear Jadakiss now, I think of, you know, when I hear the song Why or Welcome to D-Block, shit like that, or I hear Akon Locked Up. I think of that month-long party, and I'm like forever grateful. Except for the time except for the time that also made me cringe to this girl who referred to my shit as like something that make her cringe. Probably drinking that fucking stupid vanilla pudding out of a juice jug.
Oh my gosh, you told me the story about that.
Because I remember talking about that, and I'm like, this was that party. So now when I think of Jadakiss and Akon and shit like
in
that,
a juice pitcher.
I think of the betrayal of vanilla pudding in a fucking juice jug.
Oh my god, who does that?
Newfies, apparently.
Well, I remember the story behind that too. You're saying you're really thirsty, so you go into the fridge.
Right.
You see a juice jug, so you're like, oh sweet, it looks like, I don't know, orange juice, because I'm going to go with that because it's vanilla pudding. And you go to take a sip, and it's just a giant clump falling down the pitcher.
It was gross. It was thick, and I was like, what the fuck is this? That was terrible.
And it was pudding.
It was fucking pudding.
And vanilla, like, too. Vanilla pudding shit.
It was off-putting. Cringe.
I see what you did there, sir.
So thank you, and shout out to New York as a whole. I love New York. 2 shows off my network are actually based out of New York. Mm-hmm. And so Sounders is based out of New York as well, and I really appreciate them.
Absolutely.
And, I know I keep fucking giving them mad shout outs and whatever. It's my fucking show. I'll do what I want. You didn't drink vanilla pudding out of a juice jug. I did. Fuck you. I earned the right to do what I want.
Okay, well, since we're on the topic of pudding, I ate the old-fashioned cooked pudding. My dad made it for me. It was shit. I was used to the packets of the Jell-O that you add your milk or whatever, you whip it up with the electric mixer, put it in the
other ones
fridge.
are meant for pies, bro.
Yeah, well, I was
you
fed
could eat
them.
it as pudding too.
It was fucking shit.
Okay, what about music? Like, let's get back on point here.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's stop talking about fucking pudding.
Vanilla pudding at that. Well, I mean,
Racist against pudding.
well, if it's vanilla, fuck it.
Wow.
Anyways, going back to the topic, sir. I don't know. I mean, music always played that part, and I think it's anyone's lives. I'm going to say when I hear, like, any Kiss songs, it just reminds me of my early teenage years. You know, I'm starting to try and, like, find my own rhythm and explore my musical tastes. Because, like I said, when I was younger, yes, I got whatever, my pop music, my Spice Girls. I wasn't into Backstreet Boys. I was into NSYNC. But anything I was subjected to was country music. I do apologize to people out there that enjoy it. I'm sorry, it's not for me. I was subjected to it wherever I traveled in a car with my mother.
If I were you, I'd be apologizing for liking Kiss.
Let me go on, sir.
Trash.
No. The original stuff is good. It was before they became commercial sellouts. You know, they'll always hold that spot in my heart. The original material before it was all about the money.
They never had substance. They're garbage.
But as I was saying,
Sorry.
it just reminds me of my early teen years, just starting to become an adult and discovering what I enjoyed.
I just personally prefer shit that is deep and has meaning. And nothing Kiss ever fucking hit me with was like, oh, that's so deep.
But, I mean, marketing geniuses. I had a shit ton of their merch, and I still love it. I mean, I don't have it anymore.
I view it as a fool and their money are easily separated. Sorry, but, I mean, I've seen people buy stupid shit. And that's right up there with it. Sorry, not fucking really buying into the whole
But,
thing.
like I said, it brought me back to that moment in time. My early teens getting ready to go into high school.
That's the beauty of it. Doesn't even have to be fucking deep.
No, and
You
it's
know,
just... And
whatever.
it's funny, that came out in the 70s, and this is like early 2000s. And whenever I heard the song by Usher, all I remember is just grade 8 lunch periods.
Wow.
We had the group of kids, and they would take control of the boombox and play that song over and over and over and over.
I remember having a 3-year-old son at that point. So, yeah. We're different.
Oh, yeah, we are. But it's just like, you know, it just made me hate the song. And it's like, it's a shame because I don't mind it. But when you're spending a 30-minute lunch period hearing that song so loud over and over, and when you're really not into that genre of music, it drives you nuts.
What's that motherfucker's name again?
Usher?
Yeah, say it again.
Usher.
Say it one more time for Ludacris.
Usher.
Because that motherfucker called him Ursher in that song, and that made me laugh every time.
Oh, right, you're right.
I'm like, explain to this man how to pronounce this cat's name. Ursher.
Oh, dear. Come on.
I love Ludacris, man. I just
I
busted
do
his
too,
balls.
but it's like, how do you get Ursher from
I love
Usher?
Chris.
I mean,
I love Chris. He's a good cat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's
Yeah,
all fun.
That song, I think that one, I have to say, is definitely permanently engraved into my brain.
It's part of Ludacris's charm, honestly. And Luda, I mean, you know, he was a big part of my 03. And Dre was another one. The 2001. I loved it in 2000 when I bought it.
Yeah.
But 2001 really hit me in 03 when I lost my cousin. And she was just a teenager. And it was really sudden. And the last song on that fucking CD, The Message, it hit me so hard because it was about Dre's brother, but it was obviously about losing someone. Mm-hmm. And I put it on repeat. And I just fucking listened to it over and over and over. And I was like, I don't view Dre as this amazing rapper. I view Dre as this amazing producer. Mm-hmm. But somehow this was so fucking dope. And then I find out later the ghostwriter for it was one of my fucking favorite rappers out there, Royce da 5'9". Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that makes sense. And I'm like, the whole CD as a whole, where Dre's involved, I didn't like it. And I was like, dude, stick to fucking producing. You're not a rapper. Your material is trash. And no disrespect. And then I find out that the ghostwriter for the rest of it was fucking Jay-Z, who I don't think is a fucking good rapper, honestly.
I saw him in concert.
Trash, to me.
It was with Justin Timberlake.
You make a career off of fucking stealing Biggie's material. I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan.
Each their own.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, it's not because of that where I'm just like, oh, it's Jay-Z, fuck him. I listened to Dre's material that was actually, I didn't even know it was written by Jay-Z. And I was like, this is garbage. And then I find out fucking Jay-Z wrote it. I'm like, well, then that just further fucking proves my feelings. It's not one of those things where it's like, well, because you know it's Jay-Z, you hate it. It's like, no, I didn't fucking...
You didn't know, and you had that feeling you hated it, and then it's like...
I find out it makes sense.
It does.
Right? And then when I did like something off the record, it was my boy Royce. Just shows talent, honestly.
It does.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trying to put anyone down. It's just, I don't fucking...
You don't enjoy it. It's not for you. Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing Jay-Z ever put out that gives me a fond memory. You know what I mean? It's just... So, maybe that's it.
Well, you're not going to like me very much, but...
Oh, fuck, here we go.
I mean, I will give him credit. His one Empire State of Mind with Alicia Keys... That just reminded me when I went...
She made that as good as it was.
Well, just that whole song, and yes, her part too. It just reminded me when I went to Vancouver for the first time and just driving around and just taking in the sights. Because, I mean, I never really traveled anywhere in my life at that point. I was from Ontario. I went to Florida, and that was about it. Never really traveled. And then I went to Vancouver and just experiencing the beauty of our country and... Just driving around, that song was playing on the radio, and I was just so at peace hearing that.
This just me, is she gorgeous, though?
She is, and she's very talented.
Very, very talented, for sure. And her voice is beautiful.
So, again, like I said, you're not a big fan of Jay-Z, but, I do like that song.
I love that video she did with Method Man, and I was just like, man, I love her. Mm-hmm. She's gorgeous, and she's fucking talented, and all the power to her. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Jay-Z just doesn't do it for me. I'm not fucking trying to be a cunt and disrespectful and put people down for liking his shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm a meth and red kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I love Biggie. I love Pac. I love fucking, I love Wu-Tang. I love fucking Nas. I fucking absolutely love Ice Cube. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Jay-Z just doesn't fucking do it for me. He's like the Kid Rock of fucking rap. I just brag about all the shit I can afford to buy. Like, people give a fuck. Mm-hmm. It eventually wears thin. And I love Kid Rock, but, his earlier shit. Not this fucking hillbilly bullshit he's putting out. Something to fucking bang your cousin to.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm good on that. Go back to, like, fucking what made you what you were, And I get it. People have different influences and whatever, and I totally respect that. My fucking preferences range from my experiences. I love metal. I love rock. I love fucking rap.
Yeah.
So I have a diverse... But I'm picky. I have diverse influences and whatever. Mm-hmm. But I am picky. If I don't like something, I fucking really don't like it.
Well, there you go. I guess there's no, how happy middle ground, you could say, with that.
No.
Either you love it or you don't.
I either fucking like something or I really don't. And if I don't, then best believe you're going to hear about it. Mm-hmm. You know, or they don't end up on my radar at all, where I'm like, that was trash, and I never speak of them again. But the shit that I like, I super fucking love. And it's really hard to get through that, like, exterior with me, give you a shot. It's like you have 5 seconds to really fucking garner my interest. And, you know, if within that 5 seconds your guitar riff or whatever the fuck doesn't do it for me,
then you're done. You're not interested.
I'm done. And then when I fully commit to something, like 2005 when Game came out, I was like, this motherfucker is like my favorite rapper on the planet at this point. You know what I mean? Like, he was a game changer, no pun intended.
I see what you did there.
No, like, seriously, no pun intended. Like, he just changed my view on rap, and I was like, yo, he is better than 50. Sorry, Fifth. Or at least different, I should say.
Well, there you go.
Fifth is solid. Like, I can't compare apples to oranges.
Yeah.
It's just like, he definitely took some thunder away from Fifth, and obviously that created a problem, and then but, you know, then you look at, like, Trent Reznor fucking having Manson open up for him.
Oh, yeah.
And then helping him become fucking signed.
And as big as he is now.
And that friendship is beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then you got Slipknot fucking kind of giving that stamp of approval for fucking Mudvayne to come out and helping them get fucking a deal. And I was like, this is amazing because I love Mudvayne. And I love Hell Yeah, and I love fucking heavy shit too. So, you know, it's beautiful to see art kind of really help each other. Like
artists and artists. You know, art helps art. You know, it's beautiful. Well, yeah. I mean, look at nu metal, for instance. That's a combination of different things. That's like, you know, metal and hip hop thrown together, and it's a great thing.
It's the most bastardized thing, and he will blame nu metal bands. Point the fucking finger then at Aerosmith and Run DMC, because they really kind of opened the door for all that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They collaborated and fucking really opened the door for that in the 80s. So, if you really want to point fingers, motherfucker, in a negative way rather than respect...
Or a nod.
Like, I just don't get how someone can be so mad at cultures bridging the gap and kind of saying, here's an option. It's not, okay. In 98, 99, 2000, it was shoved down your fucking throat. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an option. It was kind of like, this is what matters now.
Yeah, if you don't like it, then screw you.
Right.
Kind of thing.
And I get people's, like, outrage towards that in a respect.
It's fair enough, yeah.
But I think that it was really cool, ultimately, that we could, like, you know, bridge that gender and race gap where, I don't know, is like people viewed women as like, you probably aren't into rap, you probably aren't into metal, and then the races of like, oh, you're white, you probably hate rap. And it's like, really?
Yeah, discrimination.
You're white, you must be a fucking pure metalhead. And it's like, dude, I love fucking... I could school you on the history of Wu-Tang and shit.
Yeah, I guess you could say vice versa for someone, you know,
right.
A black person. Like, you hate metal music.
Right, and some of them would, like, go to high school rocking a Korn shirt and, like, fucking, you know, and like, yo, who would have thought, right? Like, we can... actually not be one-dimensional. That's fantastic.
Exactly. And why should your taste in art, musical art,
it's absurd,
be determined by your appearance?
Right. It's absurd. And I really hate that.
I do too.
So, for me, it was bridging a gap further that, you know, Aerosmith and Run DMC really fucking opened that door and started to bridge that gap. And I was like, this is amazing that somebody's picking up where they left off.
Absolutely.
And, I think it was great. You're going to have some downside to it, sure.
Of course,
look at Woodstock 99. What a fucking terrible outcome that had. You know what I mean? And everyone blames Limp Bizkit, and they're like, Jesus. I mean...
And that was Woodstock 99. That was the crowd getting out of control.
Yeah, like, they didn't help anything. They certainly provoked it, but
But then Fred Durst,
But they were unruly to begin with. Look at Kid Rock's set. People were throwing water bottles at the guy.
Oh, jeez.
Not even out of disapproval, just out of like,
just to be destructive.
We love this. Let's fucking take out some aggression. It was hot. It was hot as fuck.
Crowded.
You're charging $7 fucking a bottle of water,
which is like 99 cents.
And the lineups to the shitter was so fucking terrible. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Did you really think people weren't going to get pissed off and unruly in that kind of heat?
And let's throw booze into the mix and everything.
Right,
else.
and then you gotta, and weed, and and then you gotta hose them down with fire hoses to kind of cool people off so they don't die of heat stroke.
Yeah, and all the body heat from each other and that.
I'm not excusing the rapes and fucking sexual harassment and
groping,
sexual fucking assault shit that took place.
It's not acceptable.
There's no excuse for any of that, and anyone that was involved in that is a piece of shit, in my view.
Mm-hmm. And let's not go with, she was dressed provocatively.
I don't give a fuck if she was wearing nothing at all. It was fucking Woodstock. Yeah, she's gonna take her titties out. That doesn't mean that you're free to fucking. She's
consenting for
cop
you to
a feel.
touch her. That's not right, man.
If you fucking had any involvement in that kind of thing, you're a piece of shit, in my view.
Mm-hmm.
But the destruction and whatever, I get that. And the frustration, having a good time, getting carried away, maybe, feeling like somebody is encouraging it with a particular song, to me is foolish, but I get it.
People take things a little
You're a little fucked up on drugs or alcohol, whatever, and you don't take much fucking encouragement to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I get it. It feels lawless. Woodstock feels ultimately untouchable. It feels lawless. But that doesn't excuse the fucking shit that people did to hurt women.
And all the behavior of... And just general destruction and violent aggression towards anyone.
Yeah, I don't care about the destruction. It's fucking plywood at the end of the day. The fires, you could have hurt people. You could have killed people.
Arson.
But touching women just because you think you can.
And using the excuse they're asking for it. It's the middle of summer.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's not right, man.
There's no excuse for that. I don't give a fuck if it's 20 below or if it's fucking hotter than the underside of Satan's taint. If a chick wants to take it all off, that does not give you the right to fucking help yourself to a handful because you think she's asking for it. You're a fucking scumbag piece of shit. And I sincerely hope someone beat your ass.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, too, some places, women are allowed to go topless. Let's face it.
Toronto.
Oh.
It's legal.
Okay, and, I mean, it's breasts.
Right.
We use them to feed our young and that.
They fought hard in early 2000 for the right to do that. And then it became legal and no one did it. It was just a matter of principle.
Well, it's like...
We would like to be able to. Why can guys do it and we can't?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're breasts. They're tits. It's like,
Right.
Men and women both have them. They're different sizes. They're used to feed our young. Whatever. So...
My God, I love them. But... That doesn't mean that if I see them that I feel like I can help myself to a handful. You know what I'm saying?
When you're not welcome to do so.
Dude, I'm one of those people, like, when a chick's interested in me and, like, is super putting it out there, I still don't assume anything. I'm like, she's just really friendly. And she has to make it, like, blatantly obvious that she's interested before I'm fucking even...
Well, that's just being respectful to another person.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have an ego like that.
Well, It's like, as a woman, I'm not going to go around grabbing men's balls if they're interested in me. Like, oh, hey, just keep your hands to yourself and be respectful to each other.
Not gonna lie, that'd be hilarious. Just one day, just walk up and like grab a fucking as you walk.
Grab a handful,
right? Just walk by a dude, just grab a handful, and just be like, yeah, they seem ripe. And just, move on like it's fucking avocados or something.
Oh, my goodness.
But no, man, if you're a dude and you fucking just, force yourself on a woman like that, you're a piece of shit, in my view. And I would love to knock the fuck out of you. Just knock your fucking teeth out. If I was at Woodstock 99 and I saw that kind of shit, man, someone's getting fucked up. All the fucking props to Stained. I saw a video of Aaron Lewis kind of stopping a fucking Stain show and calling out motherfuckers that were groping this poor girl that was like crowd surfing. And he's like, dude, she's like fucking 15 by the looks of her, and you pieces of shit are helping yourself, copping a fucking feel. I hope your fucking parents are ashamed of you And I'll kick your fucking ass myself if I see it again, and I'll stop this fucking show.
And have you thrown out.
I'll beat your fucking ass myself and have you thrown out, you pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a fucking invitation to grope this poor girl. She didn't ask for it.
She's just trying to have a good time.
Right. You know? And I was like, good for you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really respect that. It's like, fucking good on you for not turning a blind eye and saying, oh, it's a concert. People are having fun. Yeah, she's not. You know, she didn't ask for this shit. Just because she's attractive doesn't mean she's asking for it, you fucking scumbag horn dogs.
Mm-hmm. And again, don't use the excuse, well, she's dressed provocative.
I don't give a fuck what she's wearing. I don't care if she's
wearing a potato sack.
She could wear dental floss for all I give a fuck. It doesn't mean that you suddenly have the right to fucking help yourself to a handful of any part of her.
Yeah.
You fucking scumbag pieces of shit.
Like,
go back to your mother's fucking basement and beat off like you fucking deserve to, you fucking scumbags. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to end this show on such a harsh note, but you get me so fucking fired up on this kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Salty.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like that, though.
No.
I think women should be respected more. I think people in general should be
respected
respected
more.
more.
I mean, like I said, let's not forget the guys, like getting treated like pieces of meat. The double standard. I know we've addressed that in previous shows and that, but, you know, just be respectful of one another. Don't grab a woman's breast. Don't grab a man's ass. Just be nice to each other, okay?
And this is me. I mean, if you want to cop a feel, I mean, I'm not mad. Call me.
You're too much.
Shit. Nah, it's just, I don't want to end it on a bad term, on a bad note, negative note, and hostile. I just get so riled up about that kind of thing.
You're passionate.
I don't like fucking women being taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up.
Well, you have a daughter yourself, and it just brings out that parental instinct.
I do have a daughter myself, sir.
Mm-hmm. and
I'll fucking kill you if you touch her.
Exactly. So, there you go.
I will straight up murder your shit. Don't touch my daughter.
He'll kill us all, okay?
Yeah, I'll fucking kill us all. That's what I say when I play N64 Perfect Dark. I'm like, I pulled out the proximity mine. It's like, I will fucking kill us all.
Oh my gosh, people, I've played with him. He sets up traps. Okay, it'll be the two of us playing, okay? And he has all these sims and, like, the lowest level are, like, coward sims. And we switch it so it's mostly proximity mines. And we're just throwing them all over. You think it's all golden? There's a fucking mine on the ceiling. And boom! It kills everyone. Like, especially when the sims are all just running in one direction. I'm hiding off to the corridor and I just see boom!
When they're chasing me and all I've got is proxy sims. Like, proxy mines. And I'm like... I pull them out and I'm like, I will fucking kill us all. I swear to fuck.
And sure enough, everyone goes down with the captain of the ship.
It's amazing. I love it. I'm a psychopath. So imagine if you touch my daughter, I'll fucking kill you. Mm-hmm. And she's so young still, though. She's like 12. So,
yeah.
You know, don't do it. Mm-hmm. I'd hate to have a homicide under my belt at 37 years old.
Okay, OG.
Ah, shit. I'm an old geezer. I don't feel it, but... I'm sure I am to some people. My son probably thinks I'm an old fuck.
No. Jeez.
Oh, man. This quarantine is getting to me. Mm-hmm. I'm having a great time.
Well.
All the weed, all the food, all the beer. What more could I want? Mm-hmm. Anyways, we should probably wrap this bitch up.
Yep, so... Hey, happy Easter to you all. Stay safe out there.
Absolutely.
Follow the rules, please.
Before we do this, though, I want to hit you all with a little something. Mm-hmm. I was on social media. I was on Facebook, and I saw this thing about what song was number one when you were 12 years old.
12? Okay. Usually I've seen ones the year
right.
you're born.
It was a bizarre fucking number, and I'm like, okay, cool. And for me, it was Gangsta's Paradise, man.
Oh,
Julio,
shit.
1995.
Wow.
I was 12.
I was 12 in 2002.
There you go. So I want people to take some time, look up.
I'm going to do that now.
What was number one when you were 12? Because that's when you really appreciate, I think, music. You start to kind of come into your own. You're in your preteens. And
you're starting to find your full, true identity.
Right. You start to get into that teen mentality. And music becomes a big part of your identity. So what was it that was number one when you were 12? And did you like it or not? Did it suck? Was it trash?
I know it was number one when I was born. It was Janet Jackson's Black Cat.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't mind it, but my friend just like, ew!
Number one when I was born was Safety Dance, I believe. I know it was Men at Work. I assume...
No, it's Men with Hats.
Whatever.
Men at Work was, they sang Land Down Under, didn't they?
Oh, I thought it was the same fuckers because...
Men Without Hats. Something like that.
Some fucking, like, they...
Hats were involved, okay? And it's not Devo because they have the power domes, okay?
Yeah. No, but they were Australian. And the singer always reminded me of Mel Gibson for some fucking reason.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go watch that video after this.
It's a fucking gem.
Oh,
but
God.
anyways, if Blue is wrong about who did that song, Tattness at tattnessco.com. Tell her she's a fuck.
Wait, before we wrap this up, I'm gonna look this up, okay, people?
Tell her she's a fuck.
60.
If I'm wrong, tell her she's a fuck anyway.
No. Men Without Hats.
Oh, my bad. Men at Work was another group.
Yeah, Land Down Under.
Yeah, my mistake. That's a cool song, too, though.
Oh, and they're Canadian.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Canadian new wave synth pop band, Men Without Hats.
Excuse me all the hell. Tattness at tattnessco.com. Tell Blue she's a fuck anyway. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What?
You're welcome.
I'm thanking them for emailing you, telling you you're a fuck, even though I was wrong. And you're saying you're wow.
Ignore me, people.
Anyways, before this fucking producer of mine shows how much weed she's been smoking even further, I love y'all, man. Thank you for listening to our shit. And let me know. Email me. Let me know what the fuck was number one when you were 12. I'm curious. And let's have a conversation about it.
Absolutely. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thank you, Sounder. And thank y'all. And thank you, sweethearts at fucking Sounder, for being so kind. I adore y'all. And you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you so much.
I will not speak to your smallness, a destruction of the fear in us. I have yet to know.